Hey, what's up everyone? Sean here. Welcome to another new video with a bunch of random facts about different things. Now in this video we're going to be going through a bunch of random facts about radio. So like what you hear, the music, or AM, FM radio, that kind of thing. That's what we're going through in this video. Now as a preface and before I begin, as always, I find these facts and search them through Google for searching them for accuracy. If I cannot pronounce a word, or if I don't know how to say it or pronounce it, then I will definitely spell it out for you guys slowly or do the best I can with pronunciation. And as always, a lot of these facts, or some of these facts, may be common knowledge for some of you, and I realize that, and also for me too. But again, the whole entire point of these videos, as always, is to learn something new, which you will do. I can almost guarantee it. With every video that you watch, there's always fun new stuff to learn with everything. So just with all that out of the way, let's get into learning about radio. And before I begin to, where I live it is over 100 degrees out, so I'm sweating a ton. I can't run the AC where I am with and have the microphone, and you guys be able to hear me without having it off, so just bear with me for the sweating through the video here. But again, without further ado and everything else, let's go ahead and learn about radio. Here we go. Radio uses electromagnetic waves to transmit information. Radio waves travel at the speed of light in a vacuum. Radio is one of the oldest forms of wireless communication. Radio signals can carry voice, music, and data. Every radio station broadcasts on a specific frequency. Radio frequencies are measured in hertz, Hz. 1 megahertz, MHz, equals 1 million hertz. 1 kilohertz, KHz, equals 1000 hertz. FM stands for frequency modulation. AM stands for amplitude modulation. FM radio generally provides higher audio quality than AM. AM radio often travels farther at night. FM stations typically cover small geographic areas. Radio receivers convert radio waves into sound. Every radio requires an antenna to receive signals. Taller antennas can improve transmission range. Radio towers are built at many different heights. Some radio antennas are mounted on mountains. Broadcasting can be local, regional, or national. Radio remains an important source of news. Music is one of radio's most common formats. Talk radio focuses on discussions and interviews. Sports radio covers games and analysis. Weather reports are regularly broadcast on many stations. Emergency information is often transmitted by radio. Radio waves are invisible. They are part of the electromagnetic spectrum. Radio waves have longer wavelengths than visible light. They have lower frequencies than infrared light. Radio waves can pass through clouds. Rain can affect some radio frequencies. Mountains can block certain radio signals. Buildings may weaken radio reception. Trees can also reduce signal strength. Line of sight is important for many radio systems. Curvature of the earth limits some transmissions. Repeaters extend radio coverage. Satellite radio broadcasts from space. Internet radio streams audio online. Digital radio uses digital signals instead of analog. Analog radio has been used for over a century. Some countries broadcast digital-only stations. Portable radios can run on batteries. Crank-powered emergency radios require no electricity. Solar-powered radios are available. Pocket radios remain popular. Car radios are standard in most vehicles. Marine radios support communication at sea. Aviation radios are essential for pilots. Railroad operations also rely on radio communication. Police departments use radio systems. Fire departments communicate by radio. Ambulance crews rely on radio communication. Air traffic controllers use specialized radios. Amateur radio operators are also called ham radio operators. Amateur radio requires a license in many countries. Ham radio operators communicate worldwide. Some ham operators use Morse code. Morse code sends messages using dots and dashes. Morse code predates voice radio. Shortwave radio can travel across continents. Shortwave signals can bounce off the ionosphere, ionosphere. Longwave radio uses lower frequencies. Medium wave includes most AM broadcast stations. Very high frequency, or VHF, is widely used. Ultra high frequency, or UHF, is also common. Different frequencies have different propagation characteristics. Radio signals can reflect from the atmosphere. Solar activity affects radio propagation. Sunspots can influence long-distance communication. Space weather impacts some radio systems. Radio operators monitor propagation conditions. Antenna design affects signal performance. Directional antennas focus radio energy. Omnidirectional antennas transmit in many directions. Radio broadcasting began in the early 20th century. Early broadcasts often featured music. News quickly became a popular radio format. Radio dramas entertained audiences before television became widespread. Live orchestras frequently performed on radio. Comedy programs attracted large audiences. Quiz shows were popular radio entertainment. Children's programs aired on many stations. Educational broadcasts reached schools. Farm reports informed rural communities. Weather bulletins supported agriculture. Election coverage became a radio tradition. Presidential speeches were broadcast live. Radio connected remote communities. Battery-powered radios served rural areas. Portable radios increased listening flexibility. Transistor radios became popular in the 1950s. Transistors made radios smaller and more efficient. Vacuum tubes powered earlier radios. Tube radios generated more heat. Antique radios are collectible today. Wooden radio cabinets were once common. Decorative radios reflected home design trends. Radio advertising became a major industry. Sponsorship helped fund many broadcasts. Radio stations often broadcast 24 hours a day. DJs introduce songs and artists. New anchors deliver current events. News anchors. Traffic reporters provide commuting updates. Weather forecasters appear on many stations. Radio contests engage listeners. Call-in shows encourage audience participation. Interviews feature musicians and public figures. Public radio often emphasizes education. Community radio serves local audiences. College radio introduces new artists. Independent stations support local music. Classical music stations remain popular. Jazz stations serve dedicated audiences. Country music has many radio stations. Rock stations have often focused on specific decades. Pop stations feature current hits. Oldies stations play music from earlier eras. Religious radio serves many communities. Multilingual stations broadcast in different languages. Local stations cover community events. Charity fundraisers are frequently promoted on radio. Holiday programming appears seasonally. Special event broadcasts attract large audiences. Live concerts are sometimes aired on radio. Radio is used during national disasters. Emergency broadcasts provide evacuation information. Backup transmitters improve reliability. Emergency alert systems interrupt programming when needed. Weather radio broadcasts continuous forecasts. Some weather radios activate automatically during warnings. NOAA weather radio operates in the United States. Radios often work when internet service is unavailable. Battery-powered radios remain valuable during power outages. Relief organizations use radio communication. Search and rescue teams use portable radios. Mountain rescue operations depend on radio. Wilderness expeditions carry radios. Scientific expeditions also use radio. Fishing fleets coordinate using marine radio. Cargo ships monitor emergency channels. Coast guards rely on radio communication. Pilots receive weather updates by radio. Helicopter crews communicate with ground teams. Space missions use radio signals. Deep space probes transmit data by radio. Radio telescopes detect radio waves from space. Astronomers study distant galaxies with radio telescopes. Pulsars were discovered using radio astronomy. Radio astronomy explores objects in visible light. Black holes can be studied using radio observations. Quasars, QUASARS, emit powerful radio signals. Some galaxies are strong radio sources. The Sun naturally emits radio waves. Jupiter also produces radio emissions. Lightning creates radio interference. Static on AM radio can come from thunderstorms. Electronic devices may create radio interference. Shielding reduces unwanted interference. Engineers design radios for different purposes. Frequency filters improve reception. Amplifiers strengthen weak signals. Tuners select desired stations. Speakers convert electrical signals into sound. Headphones can connect to many radios. Bluetooth radios combine wireless technologies. Smartphones often stream radio stations. Some phones include FM radio receivers. Smart speakers can play internet radio. Podcasts share similarities with radio programs. Live broadcasting remains unique. Radio personalities build loyal audiences. Listener requests shape playlists on some stations. Community announcements remain an important radio service. Radio is available in nearly every country. Millions of people listen to radio every day. Radio reaches remote regions where other media may be limited. Educational programs continue to use radio. Radio supports language learning. Many emergency preparedness kits include a radio. Radios are used in camping and hiking. Expedition teams rely on reliable radio communication. Scientific research continues to improve radio technology. Digital broadcasting offers clearer audio in many areas. Some radio stations broadcast both analog and digital signals. Signal coverage maps help listeners find stations. Broadcast engineers maintain transmission equipment. Tower maintenance is performed regularly. Backup power keeps many stations on the air. Radio remains important during emergencies. It continues to adapt to new technologies. Streaming has expanded radio's global reach. Traditional broadcasting remains widely used. Radio has connected people for more than a century. And the new broadcasting methods continues to evolve. So that was a bunch of fun facts about radio. I hope you guys learned something as always. If you enjoyed the video at all, give it a big thumbs up. And of course, definitely subscribe for much more, many more videos about random knowledge of life and fun random facts about things. Thanks for watching as always, and I will see you all in the next one.